This local sports report is brought to you by Peter Izio from Izio Financial Solutions, helping you ensure financial stability for your family or business. Call Peter today for expert advice from an experienced advisor. Call now to book an appointment at 519-576-5410. Here is your weekly Laurier football update with head coach Michael Faulds, brought to you by Izio Financial Solutions. The Golden Hawks coming off a week 1 loss to the Western Mustangs, Michael, but a very competitive football game. Could have gone either way. A few big plays, obviously costly for you guys, but I'm sure you have some positive takeaways as well.
Yeah, week 1's always tough, and it makes it even tougher when you're playing an opponent like Western. Obviously, you're not quite sure what they're doing. They had a lot of coaching changes, but I thought our guys played really well. It was a super physical game. We ended up with more first downs, more yards, more everything than Western, except for penalties wasn't in our favor, and Western had a couple big plays, and we didn't make enough. So altogether, though, we had some really good play by several individuals and something to really build off of.
And with the penalties, that's something you can clean up, right? It's really that simple. In terms of the confidence level of the team after a competitive game like that, how did the team feel afterwards?
Well, so many times after playing Western, we kind of come back to the coach's room, we all look at each other and like, wow, that's a really good football team. I don't know how we'd ever beat them, but we felt like physically we're finally right on par with them, if not, at some positions even a little bit faster. So that was really good to see, and you could see young Connor Carousella at quarterback, only his 4th start ever, and he threw for 360 yards, so definitely a lot of stuff we can build off there.
And that's the offensive side of the ball. And the defensive side of the ball, Alfred Green, a defensive lineman, he had a standout game. He had a couple of sacks. How has he grown into a leader on your line, and how proud are you just to see what he did? Obviously, Western is a great line. They've got big guys. That's always been the case there. But for him to get to Chris Merchant a couple of times says a lot about his skill level.
Yeah, most definitely. Like Trayvon James obviously was in Argos camp, and Sam Acheampong and Zach Huron were both at East West. So Alfred Green was kind of a little bit maybe the forgotten one, but he had an outstanding game, 2.5 sacks, and our defensive front as a whole was outstanding, and probably the best player on the field all afternoon was Tommy Baringi, starting at will linebacker for us, made several big tackles.
What did you learn about your football team after week 1? I know you go through about 10 or 11 days of training camp, but it's different once you're on the field and you really get to see the schemes at play and what you can expect from the group. What did you learn the most about week 1, and how confident are you now going forward?
Well, I think it's just the toughness and the athleticism. So obviously, like we mentioned earlier, we got to clean up the penalties. Yep. We got to convert 3rd and shorts. We got to limit big plays. Obviously, you never want to block on special teams, but these are all correctable things. It's not like we left the game thinking we're super inferior talent-wise. So the talent is there. We just got to clean things up, and Labor Day Monday against York, we're looking to do that.
Yeah, last one, just size up the matchup against the Lions. They had a hard-fought game against the Windsor Lancers in week 1. How do you view them, and what have you seen in film this week?
Yeah, we definitely respect our opponent. It was a 13-10 game against, them and Windsor halfway through the 3rd quarter. Yeah. So they're a good opponent, and they've got a 5th-year quarterback in Brett Hudchek. So anytime you're playing a 5th-year quarterback who's seen that much football, you've got to play really well, and we're on the road. So it's a challenge for us, but we're llooking to get 1-1.
Thanks for the time, Michael. We appreciate it, and good luck on Monday against the York Lions.
All right. Thank you, Darren.
For more highlights, visit our website, 519sportsonline.ca. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.